Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Sideline Shenanigans podcast today with Jacob Maggard.
Hoppy Cantrell.
And make sure y'all go follow him, Hoppy2345 on YouTube. The same video will be there. Just go show it love, leave a like, even subscribe to him. Of course, my base is a little bit smaller than his, but we can hopefully get some people over there that are new to the channel. And obviously, again, like the video, subscribe. It helps so much here trying to grow the base, and hopefully these baseball videos are received well. And obviously, we've talked about the divisions, both AL, NL, those are both up. And today is opening day, baby. One of the best days in baseball. It's one of the greatest moments in sports is when you get to opening day in baseball. You know things are about to kick off for a 200 and some day stretch where we're getting baseball every day. So it's about to be awesome. And we're going to talk about who do we think is going to win these awards because it's going to be another fun year, and award winners are always a fun thing to predict at the beginning. So, Hoppy, I'm going to go ahead and let you open it up with who you think's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, if you watched our video on the division predictions, you'll know that I had the Baltimore Orioles finishing third in their division, but I also did pick them to win, make the wild card spot, uh, even though they were finishing behind the Yankees and the Red Sox, according to me. I like Gunnar Henderson to win the MVP this year for the Orioles. I think he's got great pop for a shortstop, could definitely hit a lot of home runs, and whenever you hit home runs from the shortstop position and you play good defense like he does, you start talking about bringing some war to a team. And for the dark horse choice, I chose Adley Rutschman for about the same reason. Adley hasn't been as good as you expect, especially last season from the plate, but he's got great defense. So if his bat pops off one year or another, he could get the MVP nod due to the fact that he plays a high defensive position or a highly valuable defensive position.
Yeah, and just a quick thing I want to say about both of them. Both Orioles. So you're loving the Orioles out there in the American League, but also Gunnar Henderson's awesome. He is obviously a top prospect or a potential guy to win the MVP. And Rutschman, if we see the bounce back this year, it's gonna be really fun. Moving on to who I think is gonna win the MVP this year. I love the Rangers. So we're both going with one team for both awards. Well, the MVP and the dark horse. I'm gonna go Corey Seager. I think that Corey Seager is the best shortstop in baseball. And that's a hot take because Bobby Witt and Gunnar Henderson are guys that people would probably consider to be better. I just trust Corey Seager more than I trust anybody else. When this guy's playing baseball, he is the most fun guy to watch. He is going to go out there and deliver. When his team needs him, he is clutch. And clutch is obviously something that should be determined when we talk about MVP. I also think the Rangers are going to be a really good baseball team, so that helps them a ton because winning matters, and Corey Seager brings a lot of winning baseball culture to the Rangers. And the dark horse. For me, it's Wyatt Langford. This guy was sick in college. You heard me talk about it on the division rankings if you watched that video. Wyatt Langford's about to, I'm telling you, he's about to come on the scene and be one of the best players in the league. I'm telling you, this guy's a perennial MVP guy 3 to 5 years down the road. I'm just saying he might come on and do it now. He's going to be playing the outfield every day for the Rangers on, again, a really good baseball team. Love his hitting ability, love his speed. He's extremely fast. And he's also a phenomenal defender. Watch this guy be really good this year for the Rangers. Another reason why they're going to be a great team. Going into the next thing here, going to be the Cy Young winner in the American League. Hoppy, what you got here?
I have a guy who I picked last year before the beginning of the year to win the Cy Young in the American League, and I'm going to pick him again at the start of this year. Tariq Skubal. He's a talented player, and he's got a great pitching staff behind him. The hitting might not get him the wins, but Cy Young isn't determined based on wins like it was in the past. We look at the strict pitcher stats, and when we do that, I think there's very few pitchers that can compete with Skubal if he stays healthy. And then, of course, going into my dark horse, I have Jacob deGrom, a guy that's won a Cy Young in the past, but he's a dark horse to me because he's not stayed healthy. I mean, he's a very low chance to pitch an entire full healthy season. But we're going to be hopeful here, or at least I'm going to be hopeful and hope he can stay healthy. If deGrom stays healthy, this Rangers team is going to be very, very, very tough to beat.
Yeah, and a quick thing I want to say here. Tarek Schoolball's sick. You're going to see in a second. And DeGrom, yeah, it makes a ton of sense. If this guy's healthy, he can win a Cy Young any year he pitches. Going on to my Cy Young, it's the same guy. It's Tarek Skubal. I think we can both agree here that this is probably the best pitcher in the sport, and he looked like it last year. He's an unbelievable guy. He can carry the Detroit team to a potential playoff spot. We don't have him there if you watched our video. Well, I don't. But again, I just think that he's good enough. I think he's good enough to be that great to win them a lot of games and get them on the board of the playoffs. And then for my dark horse, me as an Atlanta Braves fan, still using a little Braves bias here, but it's Max Fried. He is taking over as the guy for the Yankees. And if this Yankees team is really good, and if they win the division, it's going to be on the shoulders of Max Fried. He is arguably one of the best lefties in the sport. Again, I think he can win a Cy Young. He hasn't done it yet. He is the image of consistency. If he can stay on the field, be healthy, and be the guy for the team in baseball, we're talking about the Yankees and the Dodgers. The markets are unbelievable. That helps when it comes to voting time. Give me Max Fried with a potential dark horse run for the Cy Young. Leading into our American League Rookie of the Year picks, Hoppy, give us what you got here.
Yeah, for the rookie of the year choice, I got Cam Smith of the Astros. This guy, he's got a lot of potential. I think a lot of Astro fans are excited about this player, and he's stepping into a team where he can definitely get some RBIs batting in the spot he is with some decent bats around him. So I think he's very in a good position to put up good stats and win that rookie of the year. And then for the dark horse, I'm going with a starting pitcher, Kumar Rocker. We talked about Jacob deGrom. This is another pitcher for the Rangers that I think can step in and really have a good rookie year this year. And he's on a good team, so he could pile in a few wins and also help out his stats.
Yeah, quick thing I want to say is Cam Smith, he's going to slot in and be the everyday right fielder for the Astros. Kyle Tucker's gone, and he is going to get a lot of at-bats, a lot of potential. And then your dark horse and Kumar Rocker, I love him for the Rangers. I mean, again, this is going to be a really good baseball team. I'm thinking along the same lines. I have him there as my dark horse rookie of the year as well. I think that he can just potentially get a ton of wins, get a lot of innings pitched, be a very consistent guy, gives him the odds to do it. But I'm going on the other side and saying Jackson Jobe is going to be the guy to do it. He is unbelievable. He has all the stuff to be a top 30 pitcher in baseball. I like Jackson Jobe a lot. I think that this Tigers team, again, the rotation is really, really good. I think the lineup's going to end up holding them back a little bit. But Jobe is awesome. Going into our National League side of things, Hoppy, go ahead and talk about what your MVP pick is here.
Yeah, my MVP pick for the National League, and this is just one of my favorite players, Juan Soto. I know he's one of your least favorite players, but I like Juan Soto, and the reason I'm picking him for MVP is he's a guy I think if he doesn't end up winning at least one MVP in his career, it's going to be like Nolan Ryan not winning a Cy Young during his career. He's going to end up being the best player ever who didn't win an MVP if he doesn't win an MVP eventually. So I'm going to keep picking him to win one until he gets that first one. I like Juan Soto. And then for the dark horse, I picked Matt McLain really, not because I think he can really do this, but if he gets hot, he can hit enough doubles to be one of the better second basemen in baseball. And people are picking Ellie De La Cruz as like the fourth highest odds for MVP. And I think McLain can definitely outperform Ellie. So I'm going to go ahead and just say I'm high on Ellie. I mean, Matt McLean.
Yeah, of course. And quickly about Juan Soto, my hatred for him started when he was on the Nationals. This is a guy that has been on a team that I oppose mine, almost all the time. Then he goes to the Padres, which I don't really hate, but I've already developed the disliking for him. Then he goes to the Yankees, who I also don't like. So for me, it's been easy to just not like Juan Soto, and also I just don't love the antics. But as a player, there is no doubt he is up there as one of the best players in the league, and the ability to win the MVP is certainly there. And then for your dark horse, like you said, you're a Reds fan. It's fun to pick a guy that you enjoy watching. And McLean, when he was healthy, his batting stats were incredible. He is a good defender. This is a guy that can play shortstop, and at second base, that's awesome to have that good of a defender playing second base. Moving on to my MVP picks in the National League. It's boring. I understand it. It's Shohei Ohtani. It's honestly, I don't think there's anybody that can take the throne from him. I think he honestly can be a better hitter than Juan Soto, and if he pitches any at all, he's bringing you the value of both things. And when he pitches, if he pitches, he's pretty good. He's not a bad pitcher at all. He's actually a pretty good pitcher. And even if he doesn't pitch, like I said, his batting is good enough to win an MVP. And then you're looking at my dark horse. It's Ronald Acuna Jr. In most years, you wouldn't say he's a dark horse, but he's missing like 45 games, 40 games. But I think if he comes back, if he pimps 45 home runs and does some ridiculous stuff down the stretch, there's definitely potential for it there. But of course, you saw mine and Hoppy's homer picks with the dark horses here. Guys that probably won't do it, but man, it would be awesome if they did it for us. Moving on to the Cy Youngs here. Hoppy, if you want to talk about your Cy Young picks.
Yeah, my pick for Cy Young is Paul Skeens. It's the boring pick in the National League. Everyone loves Paul Skeens. Even Livy Dunn loves Paul Skeens. So, I mean, if he can pull her, he can pretty much win any award in the MLB. And then you look here at Tyler Glass now, a guy that you look at him, you say, well, is he even the best pitcher on his team? Well, I'm going to go ahead and say yes, he is the best pitcher on his team. I think he's going to be the best pitcher this year. I know Snell has been maybe better, if not just more consistent in the past. But Glasnow has some great stuff. He's a strikeout machine, can definitely put up the numbers and win a Cy Young.
Yeah, and quickly about Glasnow is this guy was sick in a Rays jersey. Now he's up here with the Dodgers. Of course, he can be really good. Faced injuries last year that definitely hurts. What his chances were to be a really great pitcher towards the end of the stretch. Then of course you're looking at Paul Skeens as your Cy Young. You're looking at Paul Skeens as my Cy Young. It's the easy pick. It's a guy that almost won it last year as a rookie, which is unbelievable. It doesn't happen very often, and he's just a phenomenal player, man. He really is. He is one of the best pitchers to come in and just look like a superstar immediately. He could have just went straight to the majors probably, straight out of college, but they did let him do a little bit of pitching in those lower levels before he got there. Then of
Mhm.
course my dark horse going to be Spencer Schwellenbach. This is a guy that his pitch mix is disgusting. Schwellenbach has everything you need to win a Cy Young. It's can he do it? Can he produce at that level? I'm telling you, man, watch Spencer Schwellenbach. This guy's going to get top five votes in Cy Young this year and have a chance to win one. Again, he's a dark horse, though. Moving on to the National League Rookie of the Year, our final award that we're talking about today. Hoppy, go ahead and give us yours.
Yeah, Dylan Cruz is who I picked for Rookie of the Year, and I really like Dylan Cruz. He plays for the Washington Nationals. He should be able to, help this team. They got a lot of young bats, but I actually like my dark horse here to actually have a really high chance of winning this award. Rhett Lauder is stepping into a team that needs pitching, and he is a pitcher. So that sounds like that'll be pretty good for him if he can, step in and do what he's expected to do. I think he will get the innings pitched. He'll definitely have the opportunity. We need him. So he's not going to just, be on the sixth man on our rotation. So I really like these two picks here.
Yeah, and Dylan Cruz again on that same team with Paul Skeens in college. If you imagine, they were pretty ridiculous during those times. Dylan Cruz was the guy that was considered to be the first overall pick until he said, "I'm not going to play for Pittsburgh." I think Pittsburgh made the right decision picking Paul Skeens. But Dylan Cruz is still that very high level talent. He is awesome. He's a player that certainly can win this award. And then Rhett Lauder. I've been talking to you about it at the same time. This guy's awesome. I watched him pitch in college. He's unbelievable. He has a ton of potential. He can very easily help out this Reds team. And if both of us have them in the playoffs, we better hope Rhett Lauder's pretty sick this year. Moving on to my National League Rookie of the Year, I'm going to have Bubba Chandler with the Pirates. And this is crazy because you're talking about a team that just had a guy that was the Rookie of the Year. If they have another one, we're talking about Paul Skeens, Jared Jones, Mitch Keller, and Bubba Chandler. If that's their four pitchers and he's that good, this rotation is sick. And all they need is just to start building the lineup. Again, it's not great right now, and that's why I don't think the Pirates can win a lot. But Bubba Chandler is sick. He was really, really good in AAA last year. He's dominated in the minors his whole time in the minors. I expect him to come up and be a big piece of this rotation early on for the Pirates. And then, of course, doing a little bit of bias again with the Braves, but a guy that's going to get a lot of playing time immediately. He's either going to prove he's great and have a chance to be a Rookie of the Year candidate, or he's going to not prove he's great. He's going to go back down when Sean Murphy comes back, and he's going to go and dominate the minors like he was last year. This is a guy that, again, is one of the best catching prospects in baseball. Drake Baldwin crushed in spring training. I'm hoping he carries that into the season. And again, he could be one of those great hitting catchers that we've seen in baseball. Those guys usually have a chance to win this award because if you can hit and catch at the same time, it's very important. Brings a lot of value to your team. This again is some of the shorter form content from the channel here. And again, I like this kind of video. It's quick and easy. We got those done. We talked about them. And again, this has just been a fun video to film. This whole baseball start has been really fun. And again, I'm hoping you guys are enjoying those videos. Hoppy, if you have anything else you want to add.
Yeah, I just want to say if you're watching this from my channel, definitely be on the lookout for more baseball content coming out throughout this whole season. Some quick stuff and some more long form stuff. And if you're watching this on either channel, go ahead and hit a like. It is 5 in the morning right now. We have busted out about 5 hours worth of baseball content here. No one's even going to end up watching it. We're doing it for pure fun. We love doing it. So just go ahead and hit a like, and we'll love doing it even more. Y'all are great. Have a great night and a great evening.
Yeah, again, thank you guys so much for watching. It is very, very true. We have been filming for 4 hours now. But again, it's worth it to get the content out there. It's something I've always wanted to do. I went to college to be a sports media analytics major. It's something that I really pride myself in my ability to learn sports and pick up sports. And I'm hoping that I can share that on here. And it's just really fun. Like you said, it's enjoyable. This is something I look forward to when I do it. It would be sick if I got the following and the fan base to at least, carry on this activity. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like you said before. Go follow him on his channel if you're on mine. Hey, and if you're on his, come on down to the Sideline Shenanigans page. Of course, we're going to keep pumping out content. Like he said in the past videos, we are releasing NFL mock drafts. Those come out every single Monday at 7 o'clock or 7:30, somewhere in that area. And we got a big crew for those videos, whereas this one's just me and Hoppy. So it's been a ton of fun. I enjoy every second of it, and I appreciate you guys so much. Peace.
Peace.